What is up, guys? Cosmic Contender here for another video. Today we're going to be going over signals. Signals is an example of the observer pattern in programming, where one thing is emitting a signal and another thing is observing or subscribed to that signal. And when that signal is emitted, we do something, the thing that is listening. So let's create a node 2D. We're going to call it world. We're going to get some setup on this project going. So we need two character body 2Ds. So this one will be the emitter. And then we want another one. And don't make it a child. This one will be the observer. Okay, and then we want two sprite 2Ds. And copy and paste that there. And then we want we're just going to use the Godot icon. Save our world scene. And then we want to go to our project settings, input map, and then click is what I'm going to call the action. Add this in, listen, left click, OK, close. All right, we're going to start off with our emitter, and we're going to add a script. And we don't want all this code, so we can go ahead and get rid of all this default code. And we want to add an export variable. Well, it doesn't have to be an export variable, but if you want to mess with the speed, you can by exporting it. And then we will need a target position. And so we're going to make this move along by clicking. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Position. And then we need it to have, let's get another space, func underscore input, and then if event is action press, click, and then target is equal to get global mouse position. And then we want to do func underscore physics processes. And we want our velocity to equal position dot direction to target times speed. And if position distance there direction to target is greater than 10, move and slide. What's it yelling about? Distance to, not direction to. Distance to. Save. Okay. All right, so we're going to be able to load our current world. If it wants to load. There we go. And then one will move based on where we click on our mouse. Okay, so that's just a little bit of setup. Now we want to add a timer node to our emitter, and this is when we'll do our first connection to a signal. So in the node, we can click here to connect our signal. I will show you real quick on how to do it within code. And to connect our signal within code, we can do, well, we need to do it on the on ready. So func ready, and then we can do $timer timeout is the function that we are wanting to listen to, and then we want to do something. And so Godot likes to have underscore when we are, this is the function. So timeout is the emitted function or signal, and then we can do underscore on timer timeout, and that's the default naming convention that it does in the editor. So timer timeout, and then we'll just do pass right here for now. Okay, so the timer node by default has a signal that is called timeout. And then we want to connect that to a function called onTimerTimeout. And if we just do print timeout, or no, I'm sorry, we'll just do time. All right, and we need to go to our timer, inspector, 2 seconds, auto start, save, and it'll just every 2 seconds it will print time. Okay. All right, so that's our first way to connect. So now let's say we don't want this, we can comment this code out. Where is the comment? Toggle comment, cool. All right, so now we're no longer connected. So we need to go back to our timer node. And if we want to do it in the editor, we hit our node, signals, timeout, and then we want the emitter script. onTimerTimeout is the basic function. And then we just hit connect. We already have it here, and it will be connected now, as you see right here. And it shows also here in the node signals part of the editor. Okay, so now let's actually emit something. So let's create our own custom signal. And we can go up here and go signal. And we want to just signal our current position, okay? And in order to have our information be emitted, so we're like in the timeout, where there's no arguments coming out of the timeout. But if you see over here, you have this node and other things like this. So this one, we're gonna do what's called new position. Okay, and we want to, on our timer timeout, do current position emit, and then we'll emit our global inside here. We'll emit our global position. So this is the emitter's current global position. All right, and just for kicks and giggles, we will put it in our print as well. And as we move around, we will see it's showing where it's at globally, okay? All right, but nothing is currently subscribed to this, so nothing's gonna happen to this emit. So now we want our observer to listen to this function. And so we could go here at current and click in this, but that's not very good practice because one emitter might not be in the solution. So one way we can prevent this, so let's get rid of all this template code. So let's copy some of our code from the previous. There's the speed and the target position. Back to our observer and put that in there. And then we want to do func ready get tree. So this isn't great either, but it is a better step to not be as tightly coupled. And we can go emitter, okay? So that gets a node. And then we also can go var, we can call it emitter, equals that. And then we can do if emitter is not equal to null, then we can do emitter dot current position dot connect, and then we need to connect we need to have a function, and I'm just going to call it emitted position. Okay. An emitted position takes in the new position, and we go here again, underscore emitted position. Oh, I hate when it does this. Okay. Colon path. All right, this should be good. Okay, now we're going to take this new position. We're going to target is equal to new position. All right, save that. One last thing is we want the code from the emitter. Same thing right here. Okay, I'm going to paste it in. So now we have our emitter on when this function emits, we want to connect it to this function on our script and move around. So we will move and we should see this move. We don't see what's moving. So what is going on here? All right, one thing I forgot to do is add our emitter to the group. So we need to go to our node real quick. So click on your emitter, hit groups on the node tab, manage groups, and then we want to add an emitter group, and we want to do it to our emitter, add it over here, hit OK. And now if we hit play, this should start following. But see, it's not going to continually fall all the time. So every 2 seconds, this node right here is emitting its position. And then this will listen to it, and then it will move. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to learn more about signals, I'm planning on doing more videos. Please leave a comment on what you want to learn, or if there's anything else about Godot you'd like to learn. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. Thank you so much.